In my opening remark, I want to sincerely and once again thank those of us who have been very prompt in attendance and continue since we started. Today is 29th of September 2021. This is exactly 12:07 by my time. I still remain your facilitator, Dr. Paraduru John from Faculty of Education, National Open University of Nigeria, headquarters here in Abuja. And I have been taking this course, EDA821, Human Resource Management in Education, for some time now. And from the previous records and performances, the students have been giving testimony. And I know that yours will not be exceptional if you do the needful by participating in all forms of your teaching and learning involving asynchronous and synchronous, which is the virtual aspect of it as we are doing now. And of course, in time past, we are having given you the instructional video. We'll still go ahead and come and be sharing slides and be teaching as if we are teaching in face-to-face environment. We have tried to look at that method and then see that making the class more interactive will be more result-orienting than coming and you see somebody standing before you talking and keep on talking. That's true. It may not give us what we want. Sometimes when you discuss with someone, you see that you hardly forget what you discuss with someone. Am I right?
Yes,
But, that's true. Yes, if you had interaction with someone, you hardly forget. Either you remember when the person smiled and they say one funny thing, then you use it to link it. You must see something to write other than talking and listening. So today, the topic will be models of human resource management. But before we go into that, I would like us to have a recap of what we did last week, Wednesday. Today is 1 week of it. Who can exactly, and I must commend your class coordination. You are wonderful. Like as I usually say, you unmute yourself, especially if you know your environment is very quiet, so that whenever I talk, at least the one that will need chorus answer, you give me chorus answer. The one that will require you using your icon of raising hand to raise your hand up, you do that. So who can recap what we learned last week? What was the topic? First of all, let us start from there. What was the topic last week?
Functions of human. The topic is the functional areas in basic organization.
Okay, Gladys Ifunanya Anazia. You said?
Anazia, sir.
Anazia, but at least I try.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I said the topic last week was functional areas in basic organization. The functional areas in basic organization.
Good. Then who can actually teach us what we, who can just summarize to us what we actually studied?
Okay, let me just try. The functional areas deals with, it defines and regulates the duties and relationship in the school. What makes an organization to consistently remain in business, being able to, their challenges, mitigate it, and move on. And at the end, be able to achieve the goals, not just identifying the goals of the organization, especially in a school. to be able to define the goals, the visions, and be able to actualize those goals. And the activities under this functional organization, we see something like staffing. Anyway, there's no how we talk about an organization or in a school without first of all looking at the vacant positions and being able to fill them up, and not just filling them up with the actual and real person, people that are actually qualified for those positions. Like last week, you gave an instance of somebody having HND, being administrator in a school. Then the second one we can see is after staffing, rewards. This is the design and administration of the system. How these staff that are there now, how do you evaluate them, appraise them? And whenever you evaluate and before appraisal comes forth, you know that appraisal and rewards has to do with motivation. It can be constructive motivation and it can be destructive motivation. But for our own concern is constructive motivation, because when you motivate people constructively, you find that even the ones that are lagging behind, they are bound to sit up and being able to change so that they will achieve what the organization expects from them. Then the third one we can talk about is the employee development, which involves analyzing and training requirements for the staff. Actually, when you have finished the two aforementioned, what do? You begin to do an analysis, begin to induct them, both indoor and outdoor, because you can't just send somebody to the farm without equipping the person with the tools. If you don't equip the person with the tools, the person will come back the way that he has gone. So you continue to, we call it constructive capacity building, where you retrain. You don't just say that because when they came, they have already been trained, inducted. You continue to retrain them so that they will remain in the constructive system of the school. Then we probably talk about employee maintenance, that is administration and monitor. There need to be policies that these people that have come with actual, that will guide the workforce to retain competence, because that is the most important thing, is they start being competent in what they are doing. Then the fifth one we looked at was the employee relations. It will not just become that this organization belongs to me, especially the human resource, I know it or no, it is, your door should be open to both contributions and criticism. Why? Because criticisms will make you to grow more, to begin to develop plans. Developed, whereas contributions will a kind of foster the unity of the organization, because in unity you can only stand, in teamwork you will stand. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, please clap for her, clap for her, clap for her. Before I started saying you should clap for her, my sister Chuku Angela has started clapping. I must tell you, if you want to be a big man, associate with big people.
Yes, sir.
There is one adage in my place: why the dog follow a man with protruded belly? Is either he vomit or he shit. Wow, this class is awesome. And Madam Gladys, I think I will give you the rank of second facilitator general. All right, I was engrossed with her contribution, and I was just nodding my head. Nearly sleep would have carried me. Because I've started meditating some things. Keep it up. Well done, well done. Now I can see the hand up from Emmanuel Ojoma, our father, who usually gives us in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Please, you have the floor now.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Thank you, Mrs. Gladys, for the good contribution. Mine is just a question, because while I was reading the module, I found it a little bit difficult to make this differentiation between the activities of human resource management and the functions of human resource management. I remember the assignment you gave us is on the list, at least 10 activities of human resource management. But you find out that the activities and the functions, they seem to be interrelated and interwoven.
So let me catch you up. Let me cut you from there so that we can continue. Thank you for the observation. Yes, they are synonymous. Most times, if you see activities majorly are centered on the human resource, the things they do. Then their primary purgatory role, they are called functions, things they cannot fail to do. Activity will be quite encompassing, while the functions are the primary role for them to be administrators or human resources, depending on the role and the scope of the organization where they belong to. That's the difference. So that's why sometimes you can see part of the things under activity come up under function, but it's not everything on activity you will find in function. But definitely everything in function, you are likely to find them on activity. Because in the process of performing your role, which is the activity proper, you are exerting your function. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you, Prof.
Thank you, sir. In our today's class, we are talking about the models of human resource management. And of course, when we talk about models of human resource management, you'll be able to look at some of these models. You'll be able to know them by their names. Not only knowing them by their names, you'll be able to apply each model in order to improve on your skill in managing your staff, especially in the school organization. You should now be able to explain the strengths and weaknesses of each model. And one of the models is called the von Braun model of human resource management. Just like as I told you, the acronym of saying model, human resource management is HRM. So any place you see it, even in the course of writing your question or your exam, after you have used it for the first time and put it in bracket as against it, you can keep on using HRM, thereby saving your time in while writing. That's one of it. Though I'm not saying that the topic will come out anywhere. We have the von Braun model of human resource management. Also, we have the Harvard model of human resource management. You have the Warwick model of human resource management. And also you have the Story model of human resource management. Permit me to ask you this question. I believe that based on my instruction last week, you have been able to watch my instructional video, which I put on your course page. Were you able to watch it before this class?
I tried to, but the network was a bit poor for me to.
Please, watch it. I have to beg you. I beg you. God said we should not swear or say anything on his name. I would have said, I beg you in the name of God. You see, if you want to actually make me happy in this course, follow my instructions, because it will help us. Even if I showcase teaching you excellently and you are happy and your result comes out and your result cannot speak for itself, I don't think we have tried. So, and we have been doing so well in this course and other courses have been taken. If I say watch the video, watch the video. If you watch the video, it will help our class interaction to be very, very effective. Watch it. I suffered to prepare it and put it there. I know what it took me to prepare it. And not that I love spending the data or I want to run sleepless nights to prepare it. It's for your own good and for the interest of our university, because we want the best for our students. So please, next time I put video and you are not there, I will block all of you from watching the videos. I will block all of them off and close. I will also disallow you from seeing our online teaching. Whenever I finish teaching, I will not embed it on the course page again. So anything you hear me, you go and read the course material on your own. Maybe that's what you want.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, we don't know where to watch the video. We don't know where to watch the video.
We are sorry that we don't want that to please stop.
You say you don't know where to watch it?
Yes, sir.
Meaning what? Have you logged on to your course page before?
Only once, but he has refused to open again.
If you have logged into your course page, nothing would have made you not to be able to log on to your course page. Just go to the site that I've sent here repeatedly.
Okay, sir.
elearn.noun.edu.n. I've put it here severally. We should not be doing that again. When you log on there, you click on log in button, the red button on the extreme right, then on top. When you click on it, then it will bring out a kind of page where you need to say your username. You enter your username and your password. You should be able to know your username and your password.
Yes.
So when you now put it on and then click login, it take you straight. Then you will see the number of the courses you are registered, both the one I'm taking you and the ones I'm not taking you. Then click on that one, go straight up. You will see something that look like pencil sign on the right. If you don't click on that thing, we call it the editing button. If you don't click on it, there is nothing you will access on your course page, and you will think that it's network. Click on that editing button, then it will now highlight something like pencil against all the resources on your course page. Then any one of them you want to access, simply go and click on it. The thing will open. If it is on the recordings of previous classes, when you click on it, it will open and bring from the ones on week 1, week 2 in tabular form. You click on it. First of all, copy the passcode. The passcode is also embedded there. You see, because when you click on it, it might require you to submit the passcode. Then when you now put in the passcode, it will open. You will see, as we are teaching now, you will be seeing yourself. All your contributions, you will see everything we are saying. So that is very, very important. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. I will do that, sir. Thank you, sir.
So when you do that, you see that your class, you'll enjoy it. If it is instructional video, you watch it. Anything, your chat menu, you can make use of your resources and then the work is good. So That is it. And you see, the essence of watching that video would have given us the opportunity now to run through questions and contributions to it. But as a matter of fact, now you have made me to be in the talking type, which I will not condone next time. Next time, I will simply do as I've told you. I will not have any option, and I mean it. I remember in those days when I was teaching in primary school, became headmaster, taught in secondary school, became principal. I flog a lot. I flog children. And for first term, I will not flog you. Second term, if I teach you something and you come and fail it again, you receive it. And throughout the time I produced them in primary school, they had 100% result in all external and internal exams. So, and today, very many of them are big men here and there. So please make sure you comply with my instruction. Now, you are big men and women. Nobody will even flog you, even if they see you. But what will flog you is when you fail your course. So, you having mentioned the models. I've been able, those of you entering class late, you are disrupting our class. Someone is writing something concerning unmuting self or what? That's why I don't want people to be entering late. Who is this? Good afternoon, sir. Please, I don't want to miss the session. That's why to unmute myself because I'm still in class. Thanks. Well, what I want to let us know is that please cooperate with me so that the journey will be very smooth for us. I have been able to mention
That's my name. I don't lecture on us here. You talk. I don't take lecture here. No. I don't take lecture here now. All right. You lecture us? No, students. I don't do masters. That's good.
Someone is telling us in they do masters. They take lectures here. I don't. You see that it's always good enough. I've muted everybody, but if you know that your environment is noiseless, please unmute yourself. I muted everybody because of that person. I love that person's courage. It's advertising self. But then make sure that's commitment, but make sure you don't destroy the class, please. Mute yourself. That's the rules of live class. So I've told you that we have, I've mentioned 4 of them. We have the Hrm model, we have the Harvard model, we have the Warwick model, and we have the Story model of human resource management. So you are expected to apply each of these models to improve on your skill in managing your staff in the school organization. And as well, be able to see the weaknesses and strengths. Sometimes if exam want to come from here, they may want to ask you the strength and weaknesses and the very model that is the best, or want you to compare 2 models and bring out their weaknesses and strength. So that is why it's very important that when you are in any course, you have to pay adequate attention. Like as I mentioned, the very first one, the Hrm model of human resource management. The early human resource model was developed by Hrm and others in 1984. There is something I want to say here. If you are asked to talk about a model, tell us who developed the model, in what year was the model developed, and of what relevance is that model? Very, very important. So not that you will just write, brr, you will miss the scores. I'm saying in case, I'm not saying it will come, but in case. Now, I said that this very model was developed by a man called von Braun and others, and the year is 1984. This very model emphasizes on the interrelatedness and the coherence of human resource management activities. So the human resource management cycle in their model consists of 4 key constituents, such as selection, appraisal, development, and reward. So these are the constituent components of von Braun. Remember, it has 4 key constituents. Now, if you go to Harvard model of human resource management, the analytical framework of Harvard's model consists of 6 basic components. Remember, for von Braun has 4, Harvard has 6. You have to be picking it, knowing the year, very, very easy to study models. So the Harvard model of HRM consists of 6 basic components. And these 6 basic components are the situational factors, number 1. Number 2, stakeholders' interests. Number 3, you have human resource management policy choice. Number 4, you have human resource management outcome. Then number 5, you have long-term consequences. And number 6, you have a feedback loop. And it is through this feedback loop through which the outputs usually flow. So if you see it from your course material, you will notice that they are in diagrammatic form, and you will see the relationship that exists among them, among all these components we are talking about. So in essence, we say that von Braun has 4 constituents, and Harvard has 6 components. Then when we talk of the Warwick model, this model draws heavily from the Harvard framework. This is because the essence of it is to extend the analysis of human resource management and has 5 elements. So the elements or the components or the Warwick model are 1, the outer context, the inner context, the business strategy content, human resource management context, and the human resource management content. So these are the elements of Warwick model. Remember, it is drawn from Harvard model because they have some things in common. It's just like if you have a higher operating system and you have information in a lower version, you see that the higher one can easily absorb, the lower one can easily absorb that of the higher, and it will infuse into it, because if you use it and type something on that, there won't be any mismatch. in your work. But if you do it the other way around, you say that take something from higher one and go and print it from a system of lower version. You will see that the whole thing will jump out. So what we are saying is that the Harvard model has a very better or greater components or elements, as you may wish to say it. And it's through the Harvard model that the Warwick model of human resource management got its own. Now, remember, if I now ask you, how many components has Von Braun model of human resource management? What will you say?
Awesome.
It
asks for.
For what?
Constituents, sir.
All right. If it is Harvard, how many elements or components or constituents?
We have 6. 6 keys. We have 6 keys.
Harvard has 6.
Then if it is Warwick model, Warwick is spelled as W-L-R-W-I-C-K. If it is Warwick model, how many does it have?
5. 5.
It has 5. Now let us look at the fourth one. That person saying you are, that person that said you are in a class, please mute yourself. I will yank you off from the class. You distort the class again, I'm going to yank you off. I told you, if you know your class where you are staying is noisy, mute yourself. There are some people, many of us here who are staying in a very quiet environment. The interaction of the class will be, you'll only be listening, participant, but you are not doing yourself more good. But instead of you to disturb us, you make me to go front and back to go and look for where you are from my system. I will remove you complete for today's class. So please, when we talk about the story model of human resource management, this very model demonstrates the differences between what story model termed the personnel and industrials and the human resource paradigm. So it demonstrates all these between what the story model termed as personnel and industrialists and industrials and the human resource paradigm. So this very model of story model has 4 parts. It has the beliefs and assumptions, which is number 1. It has also the strategic aspects. It has the line management, and it has the levers. So these are the basic things you should be able to look at. And of course, this model described so far have lengths. That's the strengths which the school head can effectively draw upon to achieve the goals of the organization, which is the school. The weakness of the model, of course, can be avoided by the school head in order to succeed. So, because you know, sometimes it's just like in our constitution, it's not every aspect of the constitution that one will adopt if actually you succeed in your leadership. So if I want us to actually look at some of these models, look at them, you will now be able to see that there is a form of interaction between one and another, relationships between one another, and the one that you can term to be more elaborate than the others. And if I may ask us here, which among the models is more elaborate than others? Just grouping them now into two V's. Which one do we say that is more elaborate?
That's Harvard.
Harvard. That's Harvard model. Harvard model has 6 components. And of course, that is where Warwick drew its own elements. And then we now talk about the story model. But the story model has some weaknesses that should be, when you look from your discussion, to go and actually watch the video, see some things that cannot be said now, and look at them critically, marry them with your course materials, look at the weaknesses of each, the strengths of each, the weaknesses of each, and then, because I'm going to ask questions during our next lecture, our next lesson. And if I ask you a question you fail to answer, I will people don't know how to call people. You call someone once and the person disconnect your call. Instead of you to stop, you are calling the person constantly. And not that the person even record your number. Are you calling the person that you will give the person 100 million naira or dollars that you not give the person? You know, these are some of the things that, let me pause the recording. So what I'm trying to say is that some of the what we have studied as far as our models is concerned should be actually looked into, look at their strengths, look at their weaknesses, make your note on them. You will see the discussion forum. You will see what I say you should do there. Do them by next week, Wednesday, God's willing. By the time we come, I'm going to ask everybody questions on the strengths and weaknesses of all these models. And if you fail to answer, I will put you in waiting room for 30 minutes. That is the highest thing I can do you, because I will not flog you. I repeat, Ajia Bilikis You are laughing. I know you are saying he will not do it. So, Reverend Father.
Yes, Prof.
Should I do it?
Please don't do it.
I will do it. So better go and study it. This one is not the one to show you a priest. You know, it's not here. It's not applicable. So go and do what you're supposed to do before class. Don't you enjoy how our sister Gladys actually gave us a very tea, and that one gave me serious appetizer when we started the class, and the atmosphere charged. Don't you see? Don't you like it?
Yes, I do. We all love it.
Then why are you begging that I should not do what I said I would do? I will only do it when you put the knock operate. So okay. What you do now is go and do what I've asked you to do. Look at the discussion forums, make your inputs, get them internalized in your brain, and come before next class well prepared. This is a mature class. I love your class.
Thank you.
I love the other classes too, but you don't show high level of maturity. You know, that shows that you, though the rest are comply, you know, but some will carry small babies and be entering class, and though they have stopped. Now. They will bring babies so that the lecturer will have sympathy and know that I'm breastfeeding. Nobody send you that work. That's it. Test. It is once a person behaves the way he or she behaves. If you come to class well prepared, cooperating, definitely it will be highly interactive like this. Everybody will be happy. Tomorrow you can see me on the road and you will be able to identify, this man look like so and so. It happened to me sometime this year in Enugu. Someone I thought this same course was the one who came to receive me at the airport. One man like that, I went for official assignment, and someone directed someone, come and pick. Lo and behold, the person that came to pick me up. I didn't know that the person was one of those I thought. Person started looking. That's why it's not good to do bad. And was behaving so well. Started looking at the side. It's like, I know you. I said, from where? That was my first time to go to Enugu. So I said, it's like you taught me. From where? He said, now. I said, hey. Which course? He said, and he put on his palm top. Lo and behold, I was the one teaching on instructional video. So you see how word is. So that's why we want the class to be highly interactive. And when you study well, you pass well. So I wish you well. So any question, contribution, comments?
Yes, sir.
This is 12:54 p.m. by my time. Any question? Are you happy in today's class?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
very
Very impactful.
Very well.
Very.
Thank you.
Okay. God bless you.
You too, sir.
I think Gladys started it, and the Reverend Father was the first person who entered the class today. Maybe the Holy Spirit entered the class quickly and took charge. The good angels quickly entered. Maybe that's why the whole thing. Okay, Emmanuel, you have something to say?
Yes. You talked about analyze the dates, the year, the various models.
Yes, it's part of the things. It's part of the things I want you to get on your fingertips. They are there in the coursework. What I did was to course material. What I did was to pick out told you some of the selling points that you must not forget. But the dates, they are there in your course material. Make sure you have them at your fingertips. Because I'm trying to give you guidelines that will make you earn full marks when your paper is marked, should that kind of question comes up. So I'm not saying it will come up. Are you okay?
Yes, Prof. Thank you.
All right. Oluwafunke, you can unmute yourself and have the floor now.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I just want to ask this course, EDA825, managerial psychology. EDA825. No, I know of.
Okay.
I know of 821.
Okay.
EDA825 manager. Yes, sir. Managerial psychology. I checked the facilitation site. I saw your name as the host, and I've not been able to log into that course. I don't really understand.
No, I'm not the host.
Okay, sir. I'll try and recheck again.
Yes, when you talk of 825, I'm not the host. I'm not even the person whom that course is allocated to.
Managerial psychology.
I'm not the one taking that course. 825,
okay,
no. And I did not set question on them. So.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you.
Yes.
Thank
so,
you.
Is there any other thing we need to clear? Thank you, madam. I can see you take no LC7. Whenever you have it, you try to rename your system so that, because if you can do it in the next 1 minute, do it because of your attendance.
Okay.
Rename it.
Chinyere Alarive Macleta.
Do you know how to rename your device?
Yes.
Okay, rename it now because I'm taking screenshots from here.
How can I do it fast?
Okay, go to, are you using laptop?
No.
Okay, even if you are using tablet, go to where you say participants.
Yes.
Click on it.
Yes.
Then you will see your name on the right-hand side.
Yes.
Then click on more. There is something like more.
More.
Against that your name.
Yes, me.
Click on that more.
I have seen rename.
You see the name. You click on more. When you click on that rename.
Yes, rename. I have clicked on it.
Click on it. Then type in your name.
I am there. I'm writing it.
So that's how to do it.
Thank you, Prof.
God bless you. All right. So do that now so that I will capture it because it's being recorded.
Thank you very much, Prof.
God bless you.
Yeah. I'm there.
All right. Your name has appeared now.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you have learned it. That's how to rename your device.
Okay.
You know, it's part of the things you have to
honestly
learn.
I was wondering, it's only me that's having that, others are having their names full.
You have learned that one today.
Yes.
All right. All right. Any other thing? All right. In the absence of any other thing, I close us for today. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.